in excess only be controlled by the Spirit of God and not by the spirit that comes in a bottle. And so can I tell you, it might be a good thing that can become a bad thing, and it can become an idol in your life, and it'll ruin you, man. It'll take you down a road that you'll have difficulty getting back. It'll take everything you got if you make it an idol. So do you have any idols hiding beneath your fear? Do you have any idols hiding under your passions? Has your anger revealed any idols? And here's the question we need to answer this morning before we leave. What do we do about it? And I'm glad you asked that question, because when Jesus was asked what is the most important commandment, here's how he responded. It's in Matthew chapter 22, verse 37. He said, love the Lord your God with all your heart, your soul, and your mind. And this is the greatest and most important command. We talk a lot about that passage around here. What we say is core values at Northwest begin with loving God, and this is the passage. This is the great commitment that we make to a world in loss and to our God first. And we say we're going to love the Lord our God with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength in another passage, and we're going to recognize that is the greatest commandment. It's to love God, love God. Did you notice when you read that it's not about do this or do that? It's not about doing. Do you need to read it again? Do you read anything in that passage where he's talking about doing, do this, do that? No, the most important commandment of all, the most important commandment is about our affection. It's about our heart's devotion. What do you love? Think about it. What do you love? What have you set your affection upon? Is your affection on Him? Have you rooted your identity in Him? That's what you do with your idol. You replace it with something greater. You replace it with something far beyond your ability. It's a shift in your affection. It's a shift in an affection to something greater. And by the way, your heart longs for something that your idols will never deliver. It does. Do you have time? You got time? You got anywhere to be? You okay? You all right? Can I give you a few takeaways? Write these down. Acts chapter 19, and the first takeaway I want you to get is that an idol is anything that promises a life of security and joy apart from God. Did you hear that? An idol is anything that promises a life of security and joy apart from God. What is it? What is that in your life? What do you think about? See, as long as I have this, I'll be happy. Anybody say that? What makes this so hard is most of these idols are good things. The good of marriage can become an idol. The good of wanting to provide can become an idol. The good of achievements can become an idol. Let me give you another one. Idols engage the deepest emotions in our hearts. See, when idols are challenged, people get violent. That's what happened in Acts chapter 19. It's okay for me to talk about my idols, but don't you talk about my idol, right? Is the deer stand an idol? Whoa, you just stopped preaching and went to meddling. Is that motorcycle an idol? Whoa. Is your wife your idol? Oh, you didn't see that one coming, did you? Is your car, is your house, is your bank account, is your career, are all of these things idols? And when I began to poke that, when I poke that bear, it reaches into our deepest emotions in our hearts. Because the devil, he wants you to keep those idols on the throne of your life. Oh, Somebody comes along and starts, what is that in your life? If I ever lose this, have you thought about, if I ever lose this, how would I survive if I ever lost this? If you took away my alcohol or my Diet Coke, would I fight to get it back? You see, the more that idol means to you, the more you become, the more angry you become when you lose it. The more it means to you, the deeper it pierces your heart. Let me give you number 3. Idols need to be protected. What is it? What is that in your life? Idols need to be protected. What do you feel obsessive about protecting in your life? Have your kids become your idol? I talked to 2 ladies, been a while back now, both of them struggling with their children, their teenage children. One of them, both of the children were super big-time rebellious, right? And so they both came, and in different settings. One said to me, I don't know what to do with my child. I don't know what to do with my child. And I said, can you love your child? Can you pray for your child? Can you forgive your child? And that one said, I sure can. Got on her knees and began to pray and went home and forgave that boy and loved on that boy. And even though he was a mess, she continued to love on him until that boy saw Jesus and his mama and said, okay. The other one went home and said, no, I'm not forgiving him. You don't know what he said. You don't know what he did. Is there a parent in this building this morning that's ever had a child just, get up in your face? Don't raise your hand. Mine's up. Have you ever had a child so rebellious that they came against you with great force? And maybe some of you have never experienced that. Praise God, that's great. But some people have. Some people in this building or with us online. So what do you do? What do you do? Here's what happened with her. She didn't forgive the boy. He got worse and worse and worse. Until she came back and she said, I give up. Because I want so much for this boy to succeed. And I said to her this. I said, so it's what you want? So you've put yourself on the throne instead of Jesus? Have you given that boy to Jesus? Or have you given that boy to you and your ability? Well, is it most important to you for him to follow all of your directions? Or is it more important that that boy follow Jesus? Idols. Idols need to be protected. Number 4, idols demand sacrifices to keep them happy. Listen, idols will make you sacrifice for them. How does that work out? If business is your idol, you'll sacrifice integrity to climb a ladder. If acceptance is your idol, you'll sacrifice honesty and you'll lie to get affirmation. If romance is your idol, you'll walk out on your spouse as soon as the spark seems to fade. If drugs or alcohol are your idol, you'll beg, borrow, and steal to satisfy it. But an idol is like a fire. It never says that's enough. It just keeps asking for more and more and more. What is that in your life? Where do you feel the pull to keep cutting corners or making excuses? Let me give you another one, number 5. The gospel overcomes our idolatry. Oh, finally, preacher, some good news. Yeah. The gospel overcomes our idolatry. Idols are harsh task makers. Man, if you fail them, they make you pay. But here's what Jesus says to us. Jesus says, listen carefully, listen. Jesus said, you did fail me. But instead of destroying you, I'll let myself be destroyed for you. Instead of demanding a sacrifice, I'll become a sacrifice for you. In Jesus, unlike idols, we find the only God that when we obtain Him will satisfy us. And when we fail Him, He will forgive us. Did you get that? Let me ask you again. Who sits on the throne of your life? What sits on the throne of your life? Is it a God made by hands? Or is it the creator of the universe? The one who loves you. The one who flung the stars and their axioms. The one that one day said, pull back the purple robes and curtains. Send my one and only Son to die for you. Who sits on the throne of your heart? Oh, yeah, check out your fear. Open the hood. You look at that anger thing. Open the hood. Look at your passions. What do you think about, dream about? What are you right now in this? What are you thinking about more than anything else? If you're thinking about that more than you think about Jesus Christ, whatever it is, and I don't care what it is, it's an idol. It could be a good thing, but it's an idol. What's most important to you? What sits on the throne of your heart? I'm going to ask you to stand where you are for a minute. This invitation is open today. Go ahead, turn that up if you would. And I'm going to challenge you.